In your morning news now, a grand jury has indicted Adam Fravel on heightened murder charges in connection to the death of his ex-partner, 26-year-old Madeline Kingsbury. The Winona County Attorney's Office announced that a grand jury returned an indictment of 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of second-degree murder against Fravel. In June, Fravel was charged with 2 second-degree murder counts. Kingsbury went missing on March 31st. Her remains were found over 2 months later in Mabel, Minnesota. Fravel was taken into custody on the same day. If convicted, Fravel could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. Fravel will appear in Winona County Court tomorrow. The retrial date for a man accused of a triple homicide is now up in the air. According to online records, 36-year-old Mia Tao's second jury trial was scheduled to start in August 2024. But during a status hearing at the La Crosse County Circuit Court, it was pointed out that 2 officers who serve as witnesses in the case may not be available then. The retrial date will be set once attorneys can confirm with witnesses a time that works. Tao is accused of killing 3 people at the Rom Squad quarry over a $600 debt. Tao was first tried in June, but the jury deadlocked. He's set to appear in court for a hearing in January or February of next year. The state has dropped drug-related charges against a Coon Valley man as the case moves to federal court. 33-year-old Stanley Holte was arrested in Coon Valley this summer following a multi-agency drug investigation. He was arrested along with 40-year-old Julia Lloyd. They are charged with conspiring to distribute methamphetamine and fentanyl. Holte and Lloyd are also charged with maintaining a drug house. According to the indictment, they allegedly possessed 500 grams or more of meth. A statewide alert has been issued for a missing veteran in Tomah. According to the alert, 51-year-old Shane Helmbrecht was last seen Friday at a group home in Tomah. Helmbrecht is court-ordered to live there due to a 2016 first-degree intentional homicide case in Eau Claire County. Authorities believe he may be driving his parents' car, a green 2003 Toyota Avalon. He is white with blonde hair and blue eyes, and he weighs 210 pounds and is 6 feet tall. Helmbrecht was charged with the shooting death of his neighbor, but was found not competent to stand trial. According to online court records, he had a hearing that was scheduled for Monday. Police say if you locate Helmbrecht, use caution as his mental status is currently unclear. He also has a history of not liking law enforcement. Anyone with information regarding Helmbrecht's disappearance should call the Tomah Police Department at the number on your screen. Don't panic tomorrow when your smartphone lets out a loud screech. The federal government is planning a nationwide test of the emergency alert system at 1:20 p.m. on October 4th. The test will include wireless emergency alerts in addition to television and radio. You should also receive a text message telling you it's only a test. Immigrant worker rights in Wisconsin was the topic of discussion at the UW La Crosse Student Union Theater. Students gathered to listen to Christine Newman-Ortiz, the executive director of Voces de la Frontera, which is an organization that aims to protect and expand civil rights and workers' rights through leadership development. Newman-Ortiz says immigrants are a crucial part of our Wisconsin workforce.
It's a very challenging situation for immigrant workers. They are undeniably a critical part of the economy. When you look at dairy, they represent 80% of the dairy industry. But across the board, in lots of industries, they are essential workers.
Newman-Ortiz went on to say that although immigrants remain a huge fabric of our society, they still face incredible challenges that prevent them from becoming full members of the community. This event was part of their Hispanic Heritage Month campaign. You can find out more about the organization on our website. Some good news to kick off Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Gunderson Medical Foundation shared the results of this year's Stepping Out in Pink. The chair of the foundation board says this year's walk raised over $400,000 for local breast cancer research and patient support services. He says keeping the research local helps more people successfully battle breast cancer.
Knowing the patients in your community is a lot more valuable to our patients for their treatments rather than what might be happening, let's say in London, Boston, San Francisco. It's very important to know what's going on in your own community.
Some of the money raised will purchase a new 3D mammogram machine for Gunderson's Breast Care Center. 3D mammogram machines can detect breast cancer sooner rather than a regular mammogram.
And temperatures to start this Tuesday, generally in the 50s in our eastern communities, 60s for La Crosse and Points West. In fact, 65 in La Crosse, 66 in Eau Claire, 60 in Prairie du Chien. Another unseasonably warm day, 85 for the high. Now the record today should stay safe though. It's at 91, set in 1997. Still pretty mild tomorrow and Thursday, highs in the 70s with some low-end rain chances. Better chance of scattered showers on Friday and much cooler, 55. Staying cool for the weekend but dry, highs in the mid to upper 50s. And then 60s return next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Well, thank you for watching News 8 Now. Don't forget to keep up with news of the day on news8000.com, and we'll have the latest updates to today's top stories on News 8 Now at noon. Have a wonderful Tuesday.